Cody Collier, how are you, sir?
Great. How we doing, Leonard?
Doing great. Welcome to the race report. Hey, Big Buck was a great outing. All the machines seemed to be pretty clean when they came off the track. It was a great event from what it looks like.
Yeah. Just like we talked about, conditions were perfect, and it turned out to be a great day of racing. No, there's a lot of great battles all day, and uh, sorry if you missed out.
Did you? Yeah, I had some trouble connecting to get the link and to get the information. Actually, the cross country, the GNCC Facebook page is the only place I got any information. And I didn't even get it all.
You
When we,
couldn't get the GNCC page to work.
I couldn't get the normal results to work that I use that I've used for years and years. I still can't get it to totally work. You know,
Gotcha.
I wanted to get some results for some of the motorcycles, and they're easier to find, but the uh, the site's just not up and working normal. Easy access, but it will, and it was a great deal. The one thing I did notice I want to bring up before I lose track of my thought process, everybody that won in the major classes that we talk about lives in Ohio.
Yeah, and all the ones won. Me in all the premier classes, the WXC, the 4x4 Pro, and the XC1 class.
Yep. And well, Eller, who got second last year in the XC2, got second. So, he got second in points. Now he's second, in the race. So, everybody was at the top of their game. But let's just jump right into it. What was the youth like? The youth entries like?
It was good. They had a little over 100 riders, I believe, and then no, it was a good day of racing. Grant Hunter, a local boy from Ohio, had the overall lead early, and then he made a mistake with like less than 2 laps to go, and gave the win to Garrett Cox.
Okay, yeah, I seen a little bit of that, but the overall turnout was really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, there it's youth is just as strong as ever.
I like it when it's a good, clean race with no mud, because I could see in all the videos, you can see all of the decals, you can see all the clarity of the machines, and nobody's all muddy and dirty. So cleanup was probably pretty quick and smooth.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all this time. But no, it's just good conditions for good hard racing. Wasn't too dusty. You could just race.
So when it rolled around till you guys rolling off the line into the 4x4 and the WXC, um, the conditions were just as good as they were in all the other videos that I saw.
Oh yeah, no, it was beautiful all day. There's 3 or 4 puddles first lap. We blew out, and it was perfect after that.
Was the course tighter than normal, or was it wide open? And you'll understand where I'm going with this when we get to that portion of the conversation.
All right. No, it was definitely more flowy than normal. I don't know about normally it's like really tight and a lot of like cutbacks. This time it was really flowy, and they cut through the property nicely.
Did you like the course?
I did. No, I thought it was nice. Thought it was a good track.
We'll just address this now. You were on a new machine. Obviously, the machine worked well with you. How did it feel? Did you have any differences from your normal machine to that?
No, the power was nice. I was able to like stand it up out of corners and like wheel tap a couple of little things and get the front end over stuff. Um, Power was nice. I really like the bike. I know you gave me some crap for not ever testing the bike, but it was just beautiful, dude.
Well, I didn't mean to give you crap. I just was a little nervous. Maybe something wasn't right. This, that, the other thing. Obviously, your mechanic did a wonderful job.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mike Seegers, he's the man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Actually, he's going to be taping a show with me here very soon. So,
Awesome.
um,
Very cool.
but we'll get into that later as well. Um, You didn't get the whole shot, but it didn't take you long to get to the front.
A tire tread.
A tire tread?
Tire tread. I didn't get the whole shot. Now I was able to swing wide in corner 2, and that gave me the inside into corner 3 and led into the woods, and just kind of checked out from there.
Pretty much uncontested all day.
Yeah, no, I got a good start. Got into the woods in the lead, and just I ended the first lap with a 30-second lead, and had a over a minute lead on the second lap, and just kept going from there. I know Frazier had a couple issues late in the race, but he ended up wrecking really hard on the last lap, I guess, and quad looked pretty gnarly.
Oh wow! I'll have to reach out and find out if he's okay or not.
Yeah, he said he had a couple little knots on him, and he's pretty banged up from what I hear. So, no, glad he's all right. With the bars been as bad as they were, it could have been a lot worse.
Who was the gentleman that got the whole shot again?
Braden Reed. He was the 4x4A champion last year,
and he got 5th.
Yeah, solid day for the rookie.
Hey, you know what I see in the results here that I haven't seen in a long time?
What's that?
Polaris.
Oh yeah, Mr. Austin Parks.
Yeah, he's on a Polaris, dude. What's up with that?
No, that's the way he runs. That's all he's been.
Making a comeback?
What is it?
Go ahead. Well, I was just wondering, did they change the machine? Did they do something different?
No, he's had this machine for probably 3 or 4 years now. He races it just here and there at nationals. Doesn't normally chase the whole circuit, but.
Well, he's 7th, and I thought that was pretty good. A name that we both know, Landon, down there on the bottom with a DNF. Do you know what happened to him? Did he run into another tree, or?
I don't know if he pre-registered and got a DNF for points, just so it qualified him for end of year points.
Oh, so he wasn't even there?
No.
Oh wow.
So don't know what's up with that.
I think that's.
What is it you cut out there? I'm sorry.
That's the best kind of DNF you could have.
Yeah, free one.
Yeah, I wasn't there. So. Yeah, it should say DNS. I didn't start. So you guys had a pretty smooth ride going into the woods, and nothing exciting, nothing out of the ordinary for you?
No, honestly, I just rode like it was a day at my practice track at my cabin. Just got out there and just really charged and flowed and tried to carry as much momentum as possible. And it kept working, so I kept doing it.
That's what you got to do. As we roll into the WXC, Jessica Elioff and Chloe Harper and Hannah Hunter, I guess, with Katelyn Osburn, had kind of a battle because Katelyn ran up in the front there a little bit and ran in second for a while.
Yeah, Kate got the whole shot actually in WXC class. She got the whole shot, and Jess came up through the pack. Chloe had a good start from what I hear, and Jess just came up through the pack and pulled a lead and had herself a good day.
Yeah, I don't think she had the lead on the first lap. I think she got it on the second lap, from what I read. And Katelyn stayed in second there for quite a while. On the third lap, I believe, is when she relinquished. Maybe the fourth lap is when she relinquished that second place. And Chloe and Hannah got up there. Hannah had a kind of a rough race, from what I heard.
Yeah, not her day. Just had a couple incidents, and just she'll just come back swinging around too. Yeah,
Jessica was pretty excited. She's posted a lot about running the number 1 and winning the race. I was excited for all the ladies in the class. Andrea Rogers, is she a veteran of the pro class, or is she a newcomer?
Newcomer. I believe this is her sophomore year, rookie last year.
Okay, yeah, because that name didn't jump out to me. I was looking through some of the ladies, and there was a couple new ones there.
Yeah.
Is Haley Fowler related to Walker Fowler?
I do not believe so. No.
I don't think so either, because South Carolina and he's an Ohio person. So I try to look through and see if there's any different names and see what was going on. I did do a little bit of reading on the WXC class as well as your class, and there wasn't a whole lot written about your race, but the WXC said they did have some information on them because there was a little battle going on there for a couple laps with Jessica, taking the lead. I wonder if Katelyn had issues or just those other ladies are just powering through.
I think maybe a little both. Maybe, no, everyone's fast. It's so hard if you're just one thing's off on the day. Maybe it just wasn't Katelyn's day. But good start, ran up front, stayed up front. It's definitely a building block, if nothing else for her.
Do you know how long she's been in the pro class?
I want to say like 7-8 years. I want to say, but
So
I do not quote me on that. But
so she's a veteran.
Yeah. Kate is. I'd say Kate is for sure.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. As we roll into the afternoon, did you get to do your normal duties where you were commentating on the afternoon race?
No, they got a new crew, and no, I haven't really. I talked to Mikey Waynes a little bit about it, and they said that they're trying to use their crew a little bit more, so they don't want too many people in the booth.
Okay, did you stay and watch the race?
Yeah, no, I stayed from my RV and watched it from the camper. We got a nice porch off the back, so I was watching off the back porch, watching the finish line area. But what was that again?
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if it was live timing or you explained right off the porch. I have to give this gentleman a big shout out because I taped 2 shows or episodes, and both times I blew his name. Alex Thyman. Is it Thyman?
I say Thyman.
Thyman. Okay, Alex Thyman. Alex, congratulations, man. I deeply apologize for blowing it on your name. Please forgive me. I will do better in the future. Grayson Eller was second, and James Galata was third. As he gets a little older, he moves up in the results. He had a couple good runs last year as well.
Yeah, no, James, it's definitely his year to step it up and be a title contender. Eller, proved it last year. He's the guy to beat. Definitely won the class with the track record and everything. Alex Thyman's a local boy. I think he's from West Virginia, but I see him at a lot of locals and really fast kid. So, no,
it says Ohio.
Oh, it's Ohio. Okay, I didn't know if I figured he was on the border. I didn't know exactly where he's from, but see him at a lot of locals around here, very fast. A lot of fast guys in that class. Tanner Walker was battling for the lead on the last lap and had an issue, clipped a tree, bummed out his hand.
That's a bummer. Braxton Gross from the Work Series.
Yeah, I seen that.
Came out and rode and got 5th. So did Logan Huff. He was a farther down in the results, down in 18th. But the two West Coast guys go out there and run in the XC2 class. Logan didn't seem to fare as well as Braxton, but it was good to see Braxton up in the results. And there's only 3 Hondas in that whole 4 Hondas in that whole line of all those kids, and to put that Honda in 5th, that he's probably pretty stoked.
Yeah, no, good ride for sure from the West Coast kid. No, I see him down training with Hunter a little bit. So, no.
Do you know Alex finished last year?
Thyman?
Yeah,
I believe he got the College A championship.
Okay, so he wasn't even in XC. Yeah, you did. You were just telling me that, and I talked over you. I apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Not listening as well. just trying to read through some of the names. I did this earlier, and for some reason I didn't retain any of it, but I really wanted to stress on, talking about Alex and, making sure that he got his just due, because I think that in being in my position, I'm supposed to be better prepared. And when I couldn't find his name and I couldn't find the results, I was pretty frustrated,
Yeah, no, for sure. No, GNCC normally has it up and ready by that evening by like 7, 8 o'clock. And I've never really had an issue with it. I had an issue with points, but if you clicked on the big buck race and then went results from the big buck link, it was all up there the whole time.
That's how I finally figured it out.
Yes.
Like 2 days ago, but
Yeah,
still, I had already blown it. Yeah, I'd already blown it a couple times talking about him, and I feel bad. But
you're good. It happens.
Anything that you wanted to relay about the XC2 class that maybe I missed?
No, we had 2 guys from Canada, Gabby Notter, X2, our Canadian champion, and then Danik Packin. He got like 6th or 7th, I believe, in that XC2 class. Really good ride from him.
7th. I did not notice that. It's a good catch. I didn't notice that. The other gentleman was 23rd.
Yeah, he had issues really. I see him pulling off, I believe, on the 2nd lap. So bad luck for that.
Repeat that, please.
I said bad luck for Gabby.
Yeah, but that's a big class, isn't it?
Yeah, big competitive class. A lot of young, hungry kids, and a lot of vets of the XC2 class looking to prove something.
How many of them are ready to jump up into the pro class, you think, the XC1 class?
None.
Wow. Crackdown.
None. No, not yet. No. Ours consistent. The speed of that XC1 class is something he's had to adapt to. And then Thyman's got really good raw speed here and there, but just doing it consistently would be tough for him. And then Jimmy's got to get to where Junior's at. He's not where his brother's at yet. And the list goes on and on. They've all got improvements to make before they're ready for that XC1 class.
Yeah, Eller's pretty consistent. His speed's been getting better and better as he goes through.
For sure.
If he could, do you think if he could pull off a championship this year, he would move up, or do you think he would stay back one more year?
I think he'd stay back. It depends on how he progresses as a rider, regardless of the championship. If he doesn't progress too much raw speed wise, I don't see him moving up.
Right. Winning a title doesn't mean that you're automatically going to go there in the XC1 class.
You're allowed to defend your title 1 year in GNCC. They allow you to do that a lot. So I can see them a lot.
And I think they should, especially, age has a factor in it. And, if you're not finishing far enough up into the XC1 class, it wouldn't be advantageous for you to move up. It's just not fair. I had a great conversation with Stephen and Harold, actually, and he was explaining that when you come from the XC2 line, it's easier to gain speed on the XC1 guys because they've mapped it all out for you.
Yes. Yeah, you can see the car marks for sure.
Yeah, and you're able, if you get a great start and you're leading or first, second, third, you have a clear path to run yourself right up to the front, and you can get to the back of that class, and that's where you're getting the higher finishes. As the race goes on, it drops off a little, but in the beginning, he said that's really easy for them to make up some of that time.
Yeah. No, I gotta be honest. I'm really surprised with Steven in the XC1 class. I didn't think he'd be as racy as he was first round, and he was battling for the top 5 pretty much all day. I know he got 8th, but he was in the mix all day long.
You think probably it has something to do with that emotional transition to go the speeds that you need to go with those guys now that you're on that line, that maybe it wore on him a little bit?
Whatever he did worked. So whatever he had going on to get ready for it worked out for him.
Yeah. I don't know. Did Galata Jr. have issues that you know of?
Yeah, I think him and Hunter Hart got into it a little bit out on the racetrack from what I hear, and he ended up clipping a tree. I don't think it was related to that, but ended up clipping a tree and bumming out his wrist that he broke last year.
Oh, so him and Hunter got together?
Yeah, they got a little rubbins racing out there from what I hear.
Out on the course where it's super tight.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't seem conducive for anybody.
No, there's young kids trying to prove something to each other. I think they're jockeying for that second spot and the third spot in the championship.
Yeah, well, that it didn't help Hunter at all. It really hurt John. Maybe he can. Hopefully, he'll be able to come back. Hopefully, he's not hurt, and it doesn't make an issue there. Abby with
it's just part of it. It's just they're young and hungry and trying to prove something to each other in the world, and rubbing racing.
Wyatt Wilkin. I didn't talk much about him very often at all, if at all, last year, and he jumped up into the 6th spot.
Push Hunter finish line too for that 5th place spot, less than a second gap.
That's flying right there. That he's a young guy too.
Yeah, but young talented kid, local boy as well. Someone I raced growing up a whole lot, so no looking very well myself, but great ride from him, absolutely. No, he's almost got a podium last year, got several top 5s, up on the heel of another top 5 in the opening round after some issues, and look for good things out of him. Yeah,
he seems to be moving right up quietly without anybody catching on that he's knocking on the door. Hunter Hart, you told me about the 5th and the issues that he had. Adam McGill pulling off a 4th place, which he likes that 4 spot. Being on a Honda and just knocking and knocking and knocking. The old guy's going to get on the podium again this year. Maybe he'll knock off another win for us.
He looked really good early. He got up to that 3rd spot real early. I didn't know if he had it in him like that, but no, he looked good. Pulled a gap in the 3rd place spot, and Walker just started clicking off the time late in the race and stole that podium spot from him. But Adam looked really good.
So, from the way I hear it, is Walker hole shotted it, led off into the woods, and then hit a tree. That's just why I was asking about if it was narrow and what the trees are.
It was between McClure and Merritt for the whole shot, but Walker was able to battle Merritt into the woods for the lead. I don't know who led into the woods, but Walker did hit a tree early and drop back and had to work his way back through the pack. It was Neal and Merritt out front early. They pulled a good lead by the end of the 1st lap, the 2 of them, and Merritt was keeping them honest the first few laps, and Brycen ended up pulling away late. But awesome ride for Merritt. Looked fantastic, keeping Brycen honest early, and that definitely something to build on for him.
And I was told that Walker hitting the tree created a bottleneck, allowing Brycen to get through quicker because of the bottleneck that he created, because he was way back in the back of the field on the first going into the woods.
He had an issue on the start. I don't know what it was. If he got tangled with another rider, or he got clipped up or whatever. I don't know. But I heard he had a bad start. And yeah, anytime a rider gets stuck in a tight section like Walker did, it's going to help the riders in the back.
Yeah, it's a great ride for Brycen, and being able to come from a bad start up to the front. It's kind of unfortunate, and it's a rare mistake by Walker Fowler.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, it does, but I mean, like yourself, there's consistency that we come to expect. Brycen Neal starting to get that where his consistency, lays him out there and bang, 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 he's pulling it off. And we expected that from Walker, and for him to make that rare mistake was just unusual. I thought it was unusual. Maybe it's less unusual for someone that does it for a living like you do, that mistakes happen.
No, no. I go to work every morning. I put on my work boots every morning. But no, it's tough. We're pro riders, so we're expected to do everything perfect every time. At the levels we're at, so you can't be too hard on someone when they make a mistake. You misjudge a route, a bump, one thing. All a mistake is you misjudge something, and then the good riders just figure out what they misjudged and move on.
Right.
I don't know if he hurt himself, started thinking about his podium speech already. I don't know what he had going on, but just misjudged something. Picked his way back up to the podium.
He could have been thinking, I need to run because Brycen's coming.
Oh yeah. No, everyone knows he's coming. So no, he let it know, put him on notice about pulled over a minute gap by the end of the race, and said to come get me.
Right. Really excited for Josh Merritt. Really excited. I've talked about it many, many times. I like Josh. I think Josh is a great kid, and I'm really stoked to see him coming into his own, because I've watched him ride on the West Coast. I think he's very, very talented guy.
Yeah. No, it's no. He's always had great speed. It was just always the mistakes that cost him. He would always have the big mistake, a big wreck, something to just couldn't put the 2 hours together. And he's finally figured it out with great speed, and it's shown. He got a win last year, and he's in the fight.
Yeah, the maturity level's up there. I don't know if he got a win, but he got a second.
Did he? Okay. Yeah, Adam stole it from him late.
Right. That was that muddy, mucky, where the bikes weighed 7,000 pounds at the end of the race.
Yeah, and that's where Wilkin almost got his podium, and Brycen passed him with like 4 corners to go.
Well, you can't have everything, right?
No. Rookie lesson right there.
You got to fight all the way to the end. Cody, where are we going to next, and how many days away is it?
We're going to the Wild Boar Gncc down in Flacca, Florida. It's I don't know when this will post, but it's in a week and a half from now, 1 weekend from now.
So it's Friday night. We're going to try to post this tonight. It probably won't go up probably till tomorrow, but we'll get it up there ASAP.
Nice.
How well do you like the facility you're going to, and what should we expect from the conditions?
It's a Florida track. It's just sand. It's not so bad with the palmettos, so I'm not too upset about that. It'd be nice for a little variety instead of knee-deep sand whoops for 2 hours. But sand whoops aren't my thing. But I always seem to do well there when my quad finishes, and I can put together the 2 hours there. So try not to get sick at 8 p.m. on Friday night this year.
Right, that's going to help, right?
But we're fingers crossed. We'll do what we can.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and then it's the directly.
Well, we'll be ready.
The week following is the Georgia Gncc.
The week following,
Florida. So in a week from now is Florida, and then 2 weeks is Georgia. It's the only back-to-back weekend race of the year.
So you're ready and everything's all good.
Oh yeah. No, I got my last year's bike ready for Florida. It's been sitting in my dad's office down in his warehouse for the last 4 or 5 months since Ironman. Just prepped and ready to go, and gonna blow the dust off of her and air up the tires and go racing.
Are you going to run the gold?
No, not in Florida. Every year in Florida, we run the previous year's national bike because we don't like the sand up in the bearings of your brand new bike, tearing up your brand new bike.
I understand, brother.
Yeah,
I want to thank you.
The bikes are great, so I don't mind at all. I think it's smart just to keep your new bike nicer longer.
I'm on your team on that. You work too hard to make them cool, to let them, get destroyed too fast.
Yeah. So yeah, no. Last year's national bike is great. We know we make it sit after the last national round, re-prep it for the next national, like it races the next one. So, and since that quad that year, it had the previous year's quad racing the Florida for it. It technically races the full season. Just it races Florida the next year every year.
Right. You just have got it nice and loose and where you want it when you take it back to Florida.
No, it's like it still races Florida. It's just the next year. Like it still races the full schedule as the quad, one season on the quad. It just always races Florida the following year.
Right. What I meant is you've got it all nice and broke in and worn in, and then you take it to where all the bearings and everything are going to get even more worn in Florida after you've already used it.
Oh yeah, that's part of it. You don't want to do that to a new quad. I love a nice fresh quad, like my national quad, right? That Gold Digger, it's beautiful. I love how it rides.
That's awesome, brother. That's awesome, Cody. Those
stocks were floating, and those kind of tires were digging.
That's good. That's good. I want to thank you so much. We're going to get this thing posted up, and I appreciate you with the race report, and we will catch you in Florida.